Hello guys, welcome back. We are currently at war with Scandinavia, the Hansa and a few other German miners. We're currently leading in the war score ever so slightly, but from what I remember we have taken a lot of losses in here. In fact, yeah, for some reason this army has 0 troops in there, so I've no idea how they're still standing. So I suppose it would be sensible to leave this army here to cover them. And yeah, basically we need to carry this fight on. Bring up our war score to a point where we can get a concession of defeat from Scandinavia. And get ready for some more Golden Horde bashing, I suppose. So let me get my head around what we have here. So we have, that's right, we have 2 armies based around siege warfare and 2 purely cavalry based armies. To be honest, I am considering going back to the kind of 50-50 mix we had between infantry and cavalry. But that's not really something we can arrange just yet. So I'll bring the besieging armies up to where the actual sieges are, and my cavalry armies shall come down to face off against the armies they have. We have about 4 years before the Golden Horde shows up, so it would be very nice if we could deal with this beforehand. Okay, this is a bad decision for this period of time, which is probably why it's shown up, but I'm going to have to take the land tech modifier. It's going to be more expensive to get more land tech, but right now I can't afford to lose more stability. We're currently at +1. And just to kick us when we're down, we have a nice new rebellion showing up in Kharkov. I'll send this cavalry unit down to deal with it. They should be reinforced by then. Denmark don't actually want anything from this war. This is literally just a random war of aggression. There is nothing I particularly want from Scandinavia. Okay, get a nice relations bonus between us and a few people. There's nothing I really want from Scandinavia, so I'm literally just trying to get the war score up to a point where we can get peace. Ooh, Sweden just sent in an army there, mid-siege. And for some reason we have no general in that army. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, not surprising. Actually, you stay there and the cavalry can come around. We've lost the siege of Culm. Ah, sneaky. Sweden are coming round to Kexholm. Ooh, where to strike? So anything I can do to get you out of the war? No, you're unwilling. Okay, Kexholm's fine. So, playing a horrible game of cat and mouse here. I'm just trying to hopefully trying not to lose any troops. Now they have arrived, I will send in my cavalry. So hopefully the infantry will be able to stand their ground. But no, they have been defeated. But it's given us time to bring our cavalry in to face off against this troop of Swedes. We're losing Novgorod. Things are not going well for us. Muscowy will cede Pskov, release Finland and Trebizond as sovereign states, and pay money. I don't think so, somehow. We appear to be having some trouble with the economy. Yeah, we're currently losing 60 ducats a year. That's terrible. And look at how much I'm spending. Wow. Yeah, our support limits are going down because of the occupied provinces we're facing here. And as a result, we are bleeding money. I'm going to have to mint us at an absolutely ridiculous rate just to break even. Oh wow, this war needs to end. God damn. Everyone seems very eager for me to release Finland as a sovereign state. In no way is that going to happen, though. Okay, we've got access through the Teutonic Order, so we can pursue. Let's try and break some of these sieges in the meantime. Ah, white peace, very nice. Worthless, the Munster were hardly taking part in the war, but you know, it all helps. Three years before the Golden Horde show up, and I want to rearrange my army and get the war exhaustion down, so getting out of this war would be very handy. Rizhev, where was... Okay, I didn't realise there was any armies there. Okay, large army coming up from Sweden, so we shall reinforce Kola. Hopefully in time. Come on, take this province back. Fantastic. Ah, okay, Twer are besieging Pskov, so I'm not going to be able to rush the fort. We're turning the war around. Unfortunately though, not in a sufficient way to get peace. Did Sweden just encourage a revolt in their own province? Or did I misread that? Yeah, I must have done. Sorry, I think I'm confusing myself. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm getting really confused now. We have sent troops to Pskov, and as a result we can assault the fort. Strange. Come on, let's end this war. I have things to do, places to be. Okay, Savalax is on the way home, so it would be foolish not to pursue. Kexholm. Okay, that's the Swedes. Oh no, that was Denmark, wasn't it? Okay, right, I'm really getting confused here. We're pursuing the Swedes, and the Danes will finish off in Kexholm. Okay, so taken back Pskov. Will that be enough to end the war? Yes, it will. And yeah, another inglorious win. But really, there's not much I want from Scandinavia at this time. As a result, all I was doing was building up my war exhaustion and depleting our manpower. So that now gives us 3 years to prepare for the Horde, and I need to drastically reform my army. In the meantime, I'll continue getting treaties with Scandinavia just to hopefully delay any backstabs when we come to fight the Horde again. But our war exhaustion is just drastically driving up our revolt risk, and we can display that here. The newly colonised areas are completely red. Even though the war's over, I'm going to continue minting at this crazy rate. I just want to have a quick few months of building up our reserves. Okay, so in total we have 20,000 infantry and 34,000 cavalry. The tactic I've been employing of having a purely cavalry based army has been effective, but it's causing too many casualties. What I think I'm going to do is have 2 large armies of say 20,000 troops, which will be used for driving back the Horde and besieging territories. I think this is where I've been going wrong with the Horde. I've been trying to deplete their manpower, and they have too much of it. It's been largely ineffective. If I can get an army that's largely infantry based, I can move into their provinces and try assaulting them. And if I do get enough of their provinces, and bear in mind we are close to their capital, if I can siege enough, then we may start driving up their war exhaustion, and that would really do wonders and start to turn the tide of the battle. So with that in mind, the majority of my troops are going to be infantry. I know the cavalry is superior, and as such I'm going to have a small army of say 10,000 cavalry just to run around mopping up any rebellions that spring up. So I'll have 15,000 infantry And let's see. We shall also have about 6 cavalry in each of those armies. So we'll take these 10 cavalry and we'll leave them in. We'll leave them in Yaroslav because they are going to be our kind of fast response rebel mopper upperers. The official term. And then once these armies leave, we'll see what that's left us. I suspect there will be a lot of building to do, which means I will need to carry on minting at this rate just to afford it. So you can wait in Nizhny Novgorod, that seems a fairly popular province. And it looks like I'll need to get rid of 12 units of cavalry. And build 10 units of infantry. Which I will struggle to do because we are very low on manpower. Two years though is plenty of time to get things in order for another war. And hopefully it'll be enough to bring the war exhaustion down. Podolia and Kexholm and Culm. Okay, these are largely small revolts, so you should be able to be dealt with by the cavalry. Anything to the south is actually going to be pretty large, so I'll send down our big old army. Okay, we've got access with Poland. We do actually share a border with them now for the first time, and if they were bent on expanding east, they may be having some silly thoughts of expansion. Yeah, I've no choice. I have to. I had to take the option to reduce the investment. Well, not reduce the investment, but take the smaller amount. I'm not prepared to go over 10 inflation, and we are getting very close to that amount already. In fact, we can probably start dialing that down now. Wow, that was huge. Okay, so we should regain our stability just after the hordes arrive, which will be nice. The problem with only having 2 large armies is that it is going to be difficult to deal with all the troops we'll be facing. There's a very large border to defend here. However, it does mean we'll have a lot of troops in each army, which should be enough to turn the tide in each battle. Oh, okay, we've lost a general. And I believe I need 3,000 more infantry. That should do it. Now if we can only get our revolt risk down, we should be able to rebuild our manpower reserves. Usually every time I've said that, a revolt has sprung up immediately afterwards. So I'm going to stop saying that. Just quickly speed up time, just get the troops built. Just curious to see if I can actually be at a position where I'm not gaining any inflation and still turn a profit, or at least break even. It was optimistic, but no, we're just below that point, losing 2 ducats a year. Although, when we get our stability up, that may change. Either way, I've reformed our armies now, so I'm going to call this video. I think it's coming on quite long. We're a few months away from the Horde, so join me next time and we'll see what we can get from them. Thanks for watching, guys.